What's up, guys? We are here with a new champion for League of Legends, Yasuo The Unforgiven. Now this is surprisingly a really cool champion. I was not too impressed with the reveal. I did not think I would like him as much as I do. But he turns out to be an extremely fun character. His kit is just awesome. And now, speaking of his kit, we will get straight into that. He is an AD champion. No resources except for a new resource called Flow, which is in his passive. Way of the Wanderer. Resolve moving grants flow, which is tracked on Yasuo's resource bar. Moving faster grants more flow at maximum flow. Damage from a champion or monster briefly grants a shield that absorbs 325 damage, scaling by level. So right there, just moving around will give me a shield for 325. That's it, just for moving around. Now let's see. The other part of this passive is intent. Yasuo's critical strike chance is doubled. The current bonus is 10%. That right there is huge. Like right now I have 10% crit from my Trinity Force. Now what that means is basically I get a free 10% crit on top of that just for my passive. So let's say I go back and grab an Infinity Edge. I'm gonna get that I'm gonna get 50% just from that Infinity Edge. That is huge. That is borderline OP. Now I will display the shield. There you go. Short shield. Only lasts for about, what is it, 2 seconds? Let's see, it says briefly grants a shield. I think it's about 2 seconds. Alright, as you can see also, now that we have used our shield, moving around fills up my resource bar. Slowly goes up. Next is the Q. Steel Tempest. There's no cost. No cost at all. A very short cooldown. As you can see, it's 1.53 second cooldown. We will get into that in a second. Alright, so basically what this is you thrust forward, dealing 90 plus 156 physical damage. It is a 1-for-1 AD ratio, so that is a huge ratio right there. On hit, Steel Tempest grants a stack of Gathering Storm for 10 seconds. At 2 stacks, Steel Tempest fires a Whirlwind that knocks airborne. Now I will demonstrate that. There's 1. That gives me 1 stack. It does not register right. 2 stacks. Oh, I missed because I suck. 2 stacks. As you can see, a new sound plays and the thing changes. It knocks everything up in that line. I'll display that once more. As you can see, it's a much longer cone as compared to without the 2 stacks. It's extremely short. It's just a short slash forward. So basically you hit 2 of those and you get to knock an enemy airborne. The other part of Q is Steel Tempest is treated as a basic attack. That is very important. It can critically strike, applies on hit effects, and its cooldown and cast time are reduced by attack speed. So going back to the items, as you can see, Trinity Force is not recommended on here, but in my opinion, Trinity Force is an amazing item. He pretty much needs everything on here except for that mana. You can proc both those passives with his Q. You can just spam your Q and you will proc that sheen on whatever you attack. It also procs like red buff. If I hit somebody from a distance with red buff, it's going to proc that. So that is a huge spell right there. That is an extremely cool spell. Next up we have E. I'm going to skip W for now. E, Sweeping Blade, also no cost. He has no resources. Extremely short cooldown. At rank 5, it is a 0.1 second cooldown, so you can spam that. Now the thing here is, you dash through target enemy, dealing 150 plus 30 magic damage. Each cast increases your next dash's damage by 25%, up to 100%. So basically, 4 successive dashes and you will get 100% more damage on this skill, on the next dash. But it cannot be recast on the same enemy for 6 seconds. So if I dash through this guy, I cannot dash through him again, but I can dash through him, and so far that gives 50% bonus to the thing. I can dash through him again, dash through him, and as long as I wait for that to go down, dash, and it just keeps going up until 4%. And just finish this guy off. Alright, next up is Wind Wall. This one has an extremely long cooldown. Passive, dashing builds an extra 8% of your maximum flow at rank 2. So basically, every time you use this, your flow is increasing dramatically. It just keeps increasing. The active creates a moving wall that blocks all enemy projectiles for 4 seconds. So that counts... Let's see if I can get this to do it right. So her... Alright, maybe? No, she ruined it. She ruined it. Fucking bitch. Basically what that does is it does block auto attacks, which is huge. It blocks things like Caitlyn's ult. So let's say I'm low, there's an enemy Caitlyn. I can just throw that out there and it will stop the damage. Alright, next up I want to show the, let's see, right down here at the bottom it says, not the complete bottom, go over that in a second. Its cooldown and cast time on your Q is reduced by attack speed. So right now, with Trinity Force and attack speed boots, it's a 1.43 second cooldown. Pretty damn short. But let's say we grab the essential item, according to them, Static Shift, which is very good in my opinion. It synergizes well. We will grab that. It was 1.43. That's 1.33. So the more attack speed you build, the further that's going to go down. Now I can just spam it even more. And that's very important, so attack speed and crit synergize very well with him. Extremely well, because then you can get that knockup up more often. Boom. And all of that can crit, like it said. Alright, next we have, right here, Sweeping Blade. If you look at the bottom, if cast while dashing, Steel Tempest will strike as a circle. So if I cast my Q, as I E, he does a circle attack. Circle. And that also counts for the knockup. Anything that gets hit by that knockup will be knocked up. I mean, anything that gets hit by that circle on that third cast will be knocked up. I'll demonstrate them. Blue real fast. Boom. Alright. So I will dash through blue. It knocks everything up around you. So you can dash into an enemy backline and just knock everything up. Alright, next we have Last Breath. Dashes to an airborne enemy champion, so you have to knock them up with your Q. Deals 300 plus 98 physical damage and holds all airborne enemies in the area for an additional 1 second. Resets all stacks of Gathering Storm. Let's see if I can demonstrate that. Alright. As you can see, it's quite the nuke. Now the other part, you see how my sword is glowing? That is, for 15 seconds, Yasuo gains 50% bonus armor penetration. This reduces armor from items, buffs, runes, and masteries. So after you successfully ult somebody, you will get a 50% bonus armor penetration. That is an absolute ton. So if you are fighting tanks, you will absolutely shred through their defenses after you ult. I believe that is all I have to say on Yasuo The Unforgiven.